Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie with Lumeria Star. I have not filmed a video in forever. I was looking at my YouTube this morning and I saw the last video I posted was 3 months ago. And just like a lot's been going on. I moved June 1st to a new place, and my previous house at the beach, I lived there for 6 years. So it was just like moving a lot of stuff, trying to downsize, and then just trying to get settled in the new place. I have a new little black kitten I'm taking care of, and my intentions for this summer were just to kind of like slow down, like soft girl summer vibes. Like I just didn't want to like hustle and grind so much and just be present and enjoy life. So that's kind of why I've been a little quiet over here. But now that I'm kind of settling into my new place, I did want to catch up on all things like tarot and YouTube. So today I have quite a few decks that are new to me that I wanted to share. So let's just get into it. So the first deck I wanted to share is the Cries of Your Soul Oracle. This is by Isabel Surf, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it looks like this is kind of like a, that's not sigils, but kind of like a minimalistic type deck. So let's open this up. And all these decks I haven't used yet, so these are kind of my first impressions. All I've done is like unwrap them and take off like any plastic or anything. So we've got a guidebook. Let's take a look at these cards. Really pretty backs. I do like the minimal like color palette, limited color palette. We've got this like shiny black gilding. And I'm not going to go through all the cards because I have a lot of decks to get through, but I'm just going to give you like a little flavor of what the cards look like. So it looks like they're numbered 1 through 42. We've got like a kind of simplistic image here and some keywords. Abandonment, everything I give other people, I give to myself first. Self-sabotage. There's a already cat fur here. Inner pain. Protective shell. So this one looks like it could be good for like shadow work and some healing work. Fighting the outside world. Limiting beliefs. This would be a really great journaling deck, in my opinion. Freezing doubts. Let's pull one random one and read the guidebook. Family loyalty. Interesting. So let's just see what the guidebook looks like. So let's find family loyalty 26. So this is what it looks like. We've got wisdom, supplement, warning, and moving forward. I'll read a little bit from it. The wisdom. I am a transgenerational memory, one that's been repeating itself over many generations within your family. For me, what you are and do are dictated by the experiences of the people who came before you. I may not consider your needs, dreams, and passions as having any importance, especially if they diverge from family conventions. You do feel the desire to rebel sometimes, but I can't bear individuality or change. When I'm around, you may experience feelings of injustice, but what matters to me is perpetuating tradition. Ooh, this is really great for shadow work. Supplement. When you have doubts about your life mission, my presence is salutary. I show you a well-beaten path, and all you have to do is repeat what your ancestors did, which brings you a level of comfort and security. There is no uncertainty, no unknown, no risk. You know exactly where you're going. When you try to release me, you become so focused on me that you exclude who you are and move away from your path, which can be reassuring if you don't feel capable of taking it. And then a warning, I guess I'll just read this as well. You can tame my presence by focusing on yourself, determining who you are and what you want. Explore your passions and build your own reference framework. You don't owe anyone anything. You're allowed to be original and build a way forward, even if that path is unknown to your family. Assert yourself and dare to show your identity and creativity to the world, because the more you do so, the more you'll diminish my power over you and future generations. Live your own life and set aside the codes that don't work for you. Ooh, okay. I love this. I actually didn't realize how much I would like this. I was just kind of drawn to like the minimalist artwork. So I'm really excited to get into this one specifically for my journaling practice, which I feel like currently right now it needs a little bit of like a, I don't know, a breath of life. It just needs something new. So that is the Cries of the Soul's Oracle. Let me know what you think of this one. Okay, the next deck I wanted to show is Shadows of Darkness Oracle, Confront the Demons Within. This is Syrian Shadow. I believe he or she or they, actually, I don't know. They did the other deck. Was it like Earth and Bones? I had that one and then I rehomed it. I wasn't connecting to it. The artwork was really beautiful. So I thought I'd give this one a chance. So we've got these really dark, kind of macabre backs. Beautiful red gilding. So let's take a look at some of the artwork. We've got Stuck, Guarded, Defeat. So this is another one really good for shadow work. Deficiency. And again, as we kind of like, as I'm filming this, we're in like mid-August. So as we kind of roll into fall, into the darker half of the year, it's a really great time for doing this like reflective shadow work type work. This could be really great. Deception, Wounded, Accumulation, Blocked, Impaled, Opposition. Let's pull one random one. Awareness, number 28. Let's just see what the book has to offer. All right, so we've got basically like 2 pages here, I think. Yeah. So it says, being aware of your surroundings is necessary to move away from denser energy. For achievement, always remember to put yourself first, even if it means disappointing others. It's time to become aware of the energy in your immediate environment and move away from heavier or denser energies. The moment for contemplation and much needed quiet is now. It's not a good idea to divide your energy thinly, especially if you've been experiencing heavier or denser energy. If you're experiencing depletion, acknowledge how it feels and then turn your attention to things that might restore and energize your soul. You must quit diverting your attention from what is best for you in order to allow yourself to heal naturally. Take some well-deserved time off to recharge. Also be mindful to not share the things you're working on, but rather allow your energy to grow, because there is power in keeping things to yourself if you're a work in progress. If other people keep intervening or interfering with your energy, your manifestations won't be able to develop the strength necessary to manifest. This serves as a caution to be wary of people who deplete your energy. Be aware of other people and make sure you carefully consider who is benefiting you and who doesn't have your best interests at heart right now. Give yourself time to consider how people respond to your victories. They might not be someone to trust if they aren't sincerely happy for you. Super interesting. So I am definitely excited to play around with this one this fall. Again, I think this would pair nicely with a lot of my tarot decks because I do have like quite a large, kind of like darker tarot decks, and then also my journaling practice. So pretty excited for this one. Okay, next is Divine Feminine Archangel Oracle. This is by Claire Stone. This was gifted to me. I've used a handful of like angel oracles and divine feminine oracles, and I just haven't found one that like I like and works for my practice. I keep trying. I'm still open to work with angel energy. I just haven't found one yet that works for me. So we've got some pretty gold gilding, and it looks like we've got some archangels here. Kind of flip through this. And I'm not well versed in angels as well, so like maybe that's why it doesn't, it's not connecting with me. So I think we do angels, and then no, I'm wondering if there's like suits in here. And then we've got some like keywords. I saw some elements there. Let's just do a random reading. I'm just on number 22, Fertility, Birthing, Dreams. So let's see, that's how much we get per card. You are blessed to have received this card, for it indicates you are entering a beautiful time in your life. The divine feminine archangels urge you to give birth to your dreams. The invisible realms have you well supported, and you know in your heart that the time is right. The angels understand that you are excited and want your wish to manifest now, and they are joyful for you. As during pregnancy, successful manifestation requires a period of gestation, so remember not to become impatient as good things take time to grow. Great reminder. Your dream needs to be tended to because there's every chance that you can make your desire a living reality. Devise an action plan and work on it without delay. Have faith and align your soul with the energy of success. This card can indicate the announcement of a pregnancy or birth or the manifestation of a long-awaited wish. Additional meanings. It's a time of lavish abundance. Love and prosperity surround you. Enjoy this happy time. Make a wish, nurture your dreams, avoid naysayers and skeptics. You can do this. Action. In a letter, share your deepest desires with Archangel, the angel of the womb. See, this is the stuff I'm not like well versed in. Place the letter under your pillow and set the intention of receiving inspiration from her during your dreams. Don't worry, you don't need to remember them. Angelic wisdom will flood you from your subconscious mind as and when it is needed. An affirmation, it comes with an affirmation as well. My dreams are coming true. So, I mean, this could work. I'm open to it. I keep trying to find the angel deck that works for me. So we'll give this one a try. If it doesn't work, I will rehome this one as well. So yeah, Divine Feminine Archangel Oracle. Okay, let's see. The next one I wanted to share is, this is the Enchanted Earth Oracle. This is by Jessica Loud. Really pretty box. Let me move some of this over. We've got a nice ribbon to take the cards out. Okay, so we've got these really pretty kind of vibrant backs, and we've got holographic edges, which is nice. So these are numbered cards 1 through 36, and the artwork is really beautiful. So we've got, I guess, some type of artwork here that's connected to like earth or animal energy, and we've got keywords and then, what's it called? Like key terms. So buried within, trusting intuition and dreams, blessings, guardian, that's really pretty, new dawn, come as you are, take flight, empowered, forgive, fidelity, howl, inspired. So these are really pretty. My only concern is that like I tend to struggle with some animal decks. I have some, they're mostly in tarot form, but if it's solely like animal energy, I can often have a really hard time connecting with them. I don't know what that is. But let's take a peek at the guidebook. So I'm on number 21, onwards. Let's see what that has to offer us. So this is how much they offer us here in the guidebook. So keywords, release, shame, and hope. There's a quote here. I release my regrets and move forward with hope. As the sun sets on a chapter of your life and you stop to look back and take stock of everything, don't expel your energy on feelings of regret. This card is a reminder to look back on your journey with a sense of acceptance. The message here is to continue onwards. Let go of regrets and keep moving. You're being encouraged to release any burdens and embrace the current moment and the opportunities that lie ahead. When you allow yourself to get stuck, frozen in rumination, you are sabotaging yourself and your potential to ultimately be happy and find purpose. Like the hare, you move through many seasons. Embrace the transition with grace and integrate the lessons you learned along the way from both the good and the bad times. Recognize that each experience has served you in some way and contributed to your growth. It is a privilege to experience the full spectrum of human emotion, the pain, the joy, the triumph, the grief. All raw, all encompassing, all human. This is a reminder to cherish the richness of life and the privilege, even during the moments of adversity, that we are blessed with yet another day, knowing that tomorrow is never promised. Well, that's really beautiful. So again, I'm going to give this one a try. Again, it's animal it's not animal centric, it's really earthy based. But there's a lot of animals in it. I do like that the keywords are not animals, like titles, because those are the ones I really struggle with. So we'll give this one a go. And again, the artwork is just really kind of dreamy and soft. So I'm excited to see how this one may work with my tarot as well as my journal practice. So that is the Enchanted Earth Oracle. Okay, let's see, what's the next one I wanted to share? Okay, this is the Mystic Psyche Tarot by Emily Balavet. Really nice box. Mine came a little bit dented. But it seems like this one, let's see, explores the depths of the human experience through vibrant psychedelic and mythological images. Their cards draw on Celtic, surreal, and Art Nouveau artwork. So that's kind of like the inspiration for the artwork in here. So let's take a look. We've got a really nice and chunky guidebook. Let's take the cards out. So we've got these really pretty backs here. Already I'm noticing the cardstock's a little thin. Probably good for shuffling, but it does feel a little on the thinner side. We've got gold gilding here. And let's just take a look at some of the artwork. So I can definitely see both the Celtic and the Art Nouveau touches to the artwork. That Empress is really pretty. I don't know if this is one I'm going to keep, but we'll see. The guidebook could be the make or break for me, like if it really offers something new to my practice. So let's kind of walk through the majors. The Temperance card is really beautiful too. Ooh, look at this devil. Tower. Star. Oh, the moon. That sun's really pretty. Judgment. Let's see some of the minors. Ace of Cups. Oh, these are really pretty, actually. Yeah, some of these are a little, no, I was gonna say some of them are not pippish. We've got fully illustrated scenes here. We've got the quartz. Those are pretty too. All right, let's just go through the wands as well. We'll see. These ones maybe are a little bit more pippish. Yeah, that's interesting because the cups had fully scenic pips and the wands do not, which is interesting. I don't know if I love that. This Queen of Wands is really pretty. Are the swords? Yeah, and then the swords are, I guess I'm flipping through this whole deck. The swords look like partly illustrated, partly pip. Interesting. Okay. That's really pretty. And then what do the pentacles have to offer us? Also pips. That's so interesting that the cup seems like the only suit that's fully illustrated. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Let's do just the Fool, and let's take, this guidebook is really nice and thick, and it looks like the pages are like that like glossy, like nice paper. Kind of has that nice new smell to it. So this is what the read for the Fool looks like. So we've got symbolism, meaning, and reversal. I'll read the meaning. Drawing the Fool indicates that you are on the cusp of a fresh beginning, whether or not you feel fully prepared and without expectations. Risks are evident, but you trust that the world's abundance will provide for you as your needs arise. Unwavering idealism and optimism inspire good fortune with a tacit understanding that the universe favors the bold. Loved ones may advise caution, but an untamed, unconscious drive to explore the unknown is drawing you forward. Though much is unknowable, a pure sense of hope beckons from beyond the horizon. Divine individuality is expressed through acting on your instincts and heeding the mysterious inner call. The Fool dares you to break free fearlessly and take a leap. whether your choices lead to fortune or folly. And then there is a reversal, and then we have keywords. So beginnings and idealism are like the positive, the negative is wasting time and unlucky. And then we do get the same amount for our minors, which is good to know. So yeah, we'll see about this one. I do like the artwork of a lot of it, but I will admit I don't necessarily love the pippiness of like 3 out of the 4 suits. So that's something to take note. I mean, that might be a pro for you if you tend to prefer pip decks. So that is the Mystic Psyche Tarot. All right, so next deck we're taking a look at is the Oracle of the Rewilding. This is by Alexandra Eldridge and Sherry Salmon. Let me see if I can put that right there. All right, let me take a sip of my drink here. All right, I will say the cover of this is what kind of drew me in. It's kind of weird and quirky. So we'll see. It looks like we're really working with like vintage photographs with collaging and also like what is that word? Anthropomorphized? Is that the word? Oh, I'm going to sound so silly. Basically, when they make animals look like humans. That's the word I'm looking for. We've got a little bit of that. So I don't know if this deck's going to work for me, but it grabbed my attention. I'm curious. So let's take a look at this. Okay, these are our backs here. And the gilding. Got a little title card there. So these are not numbered. We've got just simple keywords: affinity, ancestors, balance, becoming. So you can see we've got these like kind of vintage photographs we're using. We're using animal heads in a lot of these, which kind of gives it a little like, I don't know, unexpected twist. It also reminds me of that one deck by Chrisanne, who did the Light Seer Tarot. I forget the name of that deck with the animal heads. I don't have it, but I know a lot of people like it. I can also see this deck working well if you have a lot of Victorian type decks. This kind of slightly reminds me of my ocean deck, Wisdom of the Depths, because it's like vintage photographs and also collaging. This could even work nicely with like Claire Goodchild's decks, like Memento Mori, which I do have, because that would kind of play off of that Victorian energy. It's weird though, but like I kind of like it. This could be kind of spooky without being too in your face spooky. Like it's a little more irreverent. The animal heads and things can kind of make it more playful. All right, I'm going to pull a random card here. We're going to read Innocence. This is our guidebook here. Again, nice kind of like glossy paper. Smells nice and new. All right, so let's see here. Innocence. So this is alphabetized. Right here. So the quote is, "I can return to the beginning." And it's got a description of the card. A young girl wearing a white veil crowned with flowers and the horns of a juvenile deer is surrounded by young animals. A kitten, a lamb, and an owlet, and an elephant. She holds a what is that word? Oh my gosh. She holds a candle, I'm not even going to say this word. In her hand, a white bird flies near. What is this word? Novitiates? I don't know what that means. Okay, so this is the information it gives us per card. So we've got keywords here: potential, power, child, new beginnings, original conditions, purity. We do have a Bible verse here. I'm curious if we have that in every card. We do not. It's just like a quote, okay? Because that might bother some people. I'll read an excerpt of this because this is kind of long. When this card appears, it may be time to return to beginnings, perhaps looking back and exploring the original conditions of your life, the events, fantasies, and memories of your own childhood. Those markers from the past may be pointers towards the path ahead. But more importantly, a return to innocence means surrendering to the state of mind in which what you do, who you are, and what you may become are one and the same. Undaunted and not discouraged by the past, it may be time to take a leap of faith, or just crawl slowly forward without overthinking things, or maybe skip for joy towards who knows what or where. This quality of innocence does not mean a magical or nostalgic return to a condition of uncorrupted purity that never actually existed, or a childish insistence that the world and its realities be different than they are. In fact, those things have to be sacrificed. The return to innocence is a turn toward the original condition of our being. Getting there requires cultivating an unself-conscious curiosity that will in turn express something essential about what you are. So this is also interesting. I'm going to see again how this can play out in my practice. But again, it was really the cover that kind of piqued my interest. So that is the Oracle of Rewilding. And I guess the tagline here is, I'll show you, pathways to renewing our kinship with all things. So it seems like kind of like this idea of like returning to self, renewing connections, that kind of energy. This is really pretty on the inside of the box. Okay, so let me know what you think of that deck. Okay, next deck, I was really excited for this one. This is the Folklore Oracle. This is by Giada Rose and Hadass Knox. So the artist, Giada Rose, she is the original artist that did the illustrations for the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. I think the first 3 oracles, I think it was Samhain, Yule, and Beltane, and then they did since switch artists, also beautiful work. But I really love her artwork. It's very, like, again, folksy, which is makes sense why this is the Folklore Oracle, and witchy, and I don't know, I love it. So I was really excited to pick this one up. So with this deck, we have keywords here. We have 1 through 44, which is a nice mix. These are the backs, and we've got like a almost like a sage green gilding. And on the cards, we have a title and a question, which that alone you could do a lot without the guidebook, in my opinion. So we have do, Psyche. And again, these are more titles. Like originally I might not be able to do much with Psyche, but I love how we have a question here. What must you sacrifice to find your way home? Like I feel like you could do a lot with that without even like utilizing the guidebook. And again, I really love her artwork. It's just so witchy and kind of haunting and folksy. Like the spinning wheel is gorgeous. Can you spin straw into gold? Hair, will-o'-the-wisp, forest, sleep, birth, stolen child, journey. I think this will pair nicely with a lot of decks that I have. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know this will look really nice with a lot of decks. So let's read one. I kind of sat with mourning for a second. So let's read that. So number 19, mourning. This is how much information we get. It says, what must be grieved, which is on the card. The lore. So it gives lore, which I won't share that part because I think that's like storytelling, which is really cool. The meaning of the card. Mourning is a cleansing and vital step along the path toward healing. Only by diving into the depths of grief, even momentarily drowning, can we emerge and breathe freely. In her mourning, Demeter, I guess that's probably what they talk about in the lore, Demeter enacts the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, reminding us that grief is not a stagnant lake, but an ocean that ebbs and flows like our own inner worlds. Each minute shift is impossibly moving us through it. How do you adapt to your new self and soften when grief wants to harden you? Ooh. Those who understand that death is a part of life possess the compassion and tenderness the world requires. And then diving deeper, as painful as loss is, we never want to forget our loved ones, for our memory keeps them alive. Many cultures practice rituals dedicated to weaving these memories into the tapestry of the living. Mourning becomes a crucible of the soul that forges a deeper awareness of immortal love, transcending the boundaries of life and death. By surrendering to grief in all its flowing and complexity, rather than suppressing or ignoring it, a connection to life, community, and gratitude can deepen with time and patience. Love that. So I'm very excited to work with this. I'm definitely going to pair it with the Seasons of the Witch decks. I think that'll look really, really nice. Oh, like these are so good. So, so good. So very, oh my goodness, look at this death card. How may an ending become a renewal? That's beautiful. I could see these being really pretty altar cards too. Okay, so very, very excited about this deck. Let me know what you think of this, your first impressions. Okay, so that is the Folklore Oracle. Okay, let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 more decks. So I'm going to try to move a little bit faster because I don't want this video to be too long. So this next deck is called I Am Queen Oracle. This is by, I don't want to mispronounce this, so this is their name. And let's see here. So this is Celebrate Your Inner Queen. I liked the idea of this because I thought the artwork was really unique, and you'll see, like it's like nothing I have in my collection. So I was just curious what this deck could have to offer. So these are the backs, and ooh, the gilding here is gold, but it's like sparkly and holographic. So that's pretty unique. So what I thought was cool with this deck, first of all, it's like kind of like abstract-y type art, but every card is queen of something. So queen of insecurity, queen of letting life move through, queen of trying to keep it together. Like, who doesn't feel like that right now? Queen of tenderness, queen of breaking the spell, queen of ancestors, queen of focused action, queen of pure essence, queen of the underworld, queen of miracles, queen of self-discovery, queen of taking on the world, queen of sensuality, queen of resilience, queen of love. So I feel like it's just like such a cool idea that like no matter what we're going through in life currently, like we can still be a queen and be a queen of that season or of that chapter or just of that experience. So queen of feeling off. Let's read that one. That's so interesting. Okay, so that's number 23. Okay, so for each card, we get like an image and like maybe a page and a half. All right, so it says here, there will be moments and sometimes days when you are just off your center and don't seem able to find your way back. This happens to all of us. It might be a feeling of overwhelm or a lack of awareness of your true feelings that you are not in touch with. How do you befriend and love this queen within you? She surely exists and she needs your compassionate, loving care right now. It's undeniable that you will often fall away from your center in the storms of daily life. Even the seemingly most put together people go through this. The queen of feeling off is the one who feels off balance, literally or metaphorically. She can be clumsy and physically lose her footing, and she can bump into corners of the table or not seem to concentrate on the task at hand. She is disconnected from her center and is sometimes not even aware of it. And then the next one, finding her within. Take a moment to reflect on those times when you felt out of sorts or disconnected from your truth. Pay attention to the subtle or not so subtle cues on how to recognize when the queen of feeling off is present in you. Remember the difficult life situations that derailed you and how you found your way back. Her gifts. Embrace the queen of feeling off with compassion and understanding, knowing she is simply a part of the human experience. Practice self-care and self-compassion as you navigate through these moments, taking time and space to be with her. Take a breath and feel into yourself. You might ask yourself when you started feeling off your center. See if you can locate a moment that triggered it. What was the source of it? You can do some reflection, journaling, or other gentle steps that nourish your soul and bring you back to your center. Remember that the queen of feeling off is not a permanent state. Good reminder. She is just one of your queens that needs your attention and loving kindness. So I just think that's like so interesting. Like it'd be great for journaling, great for reflection, or like creating an altar. I think these will be really cool to play with tarot too. Queen of Creativity. Like I feel like I want to get back into some creative flow. Like that might be a nice card to work with. So I'm very intrigued by these cards, and I will keep you updated how that one works out for me. So let me know your first impressions on that one. I am Queen Oracle. Okay, the next one, Tell Me You Love Me, Oracle. And this is by, I don't know how to pronounce these. These are the creators here. Sandy Tattoo 2.0, Voglio Bene. All right. I just thought these were interesting, like artwork wise. I don't know if this is going to be for me, but we're going to check it out. These are the backs, and I think this says, a lot of these are about love. I think that's why I thought it was interesting, like for like relationship and love readings and calling in love, and I love that kind of stuff. So we'll see how I can maybe incorporate this into my practice. We've got gold gilding here. And the artwork, as you can see, is like, we've got like vintage meets like flower botanicals meets like tattoos. So I really like that like lightness and dark aspect. The cards have various keywords and then like a key phrase. So lover, nostalgia, passion. If you play with fire, you'll get burned. Silence, wisdom. So I want to see how this could work in a love reading if someone were to ask me to do a love reading. So let's pull a random card and read from the guidebook. So this is Enchantment, Serenading, and Flirtation. It says, make way for the panpipes and violins. Number 32. Okay, this is how much you get for the guidebook. And I'm also noticing too, there's a little section, I think for each card. Yeah, if you're single or in a love triangle. So I think that's like really interesting as well. You could work for different types of situations that people are in. So it says here, even if this way of doing things usually belongs to a bygone era, the angelic seduction codes of courting take pride of place with this card. You will court someone or will be courted yourself with a lot of insistence and desire. Temptations may even come to titillate you with class, chic, and elegance. Little games involving side glances, touches, and a beating pulse in the presence of another person will make for a very animated period of emotion and fantasy. Nothing really negative is indicated by this card unless your relationship is already damaged from your point of view, in which case this increasingly languorous communication might call into question certain of your life choices. Don't start anything without truly weighing the circumstances and human collateral damage. And then I'll read the if you're single or in a love triangle. There is nothing you can teach an old dog when it comes to tricks, but sometimes they can be outsmarted by new feats. Solitude and an I have nothing, therefore I have nothing to lose attitude as motivation and excuses must not be taken lightly. Not every opportunity for a new romantic encounter is a good one, unfortunately, which means you must not always give yourself body and soul to the first person to show you interest. There are phases you and that other person needs to respect. And if that isn't possible, you need to step away if you don't want to risk getting hurt. So I do think that's actually sound advice. I I'll have to see more like how the guidebook reads for me to see if this will work at all. But I just thought it was interesting. I like doing like love and relationship readings, especially in like February, like, you know, Valentine's month, and they are popular readings that clients do like to ask for. So this is a nice one to check out. I'll let you know how this works. Let me know what you think of that one. Okay, a few more. This next one is Ancestral Healing Oracle, Transform Generational Trauma. This is by Ina Segal and illustrated by Jenna Della Grataglia. I'm really excited about this one. Normally, this is not my art style at all. Like, objectively, it's very like pretty, but like it's this kind of like fantasy computer generated. It's not my vibe. But what I will say is I like this whole idea and this theme of a deck being specifically for ancestral healing. I really like that idea. So the keyword or the titles are on the side, and I think when I saw this deck, I wanted to kind of work through every card and like journal with them to really do a lot of that work. So you can see here, explore your relationship with your mother. Tune into your feminine lineage. Explore your relationship with your father. Tune into your masculine lineage. Befriend your inner child. So you can see like we're getting into it. Learn from family patterns. Know you are worthy. Start living fully. Like, I think this deck has potential to have like a lot of healing power to it. Again, it's called Ancestral Healing. So let's I'm gonna pull a random one and let's just read. Discover your divine feminine. No, I don't want to do that one. Let's do, Go Beyond Survival Mode, number 27. Okay, so this is how much each card roughly offers. So this says, change your perspective. It is easy to get stuck in a survival mentality of having just enough. Yet if you transform your thinking and beliefs around what is possible, you are likely to make a huge shift in what you experience and attract into your life. If you come from a family where people have struggled to put food on the table, then your foundation has been built on scarcity. Lack attracts lack. Constantly struggling and experiencing a stage of fear is no longer tolerable. So stop making excuses and start taking massive steps forward. It's time to make new connections and find mentors who can teach you how to live each day fully and experience freedom and choice. Release any guilt about or allegiance to how your family thought or operated. Free yourself from the potential judgments and disapproval. As long as you live from a place of inner integrity, follow your heart's wisdom, and persevere even when it's challenging, you will eventually succeed. You will also live a full life from a place of deep satisfaction. The doors are open. You just need to change your perspective and start exploring a fresh viewpoint. And then there's a healing practice for each one. So the healing practice for this one is, take some time to reflect on what you desire, then explore what it would look and feel like to have more than enough. Attempt to connect with your wondrous inner child, the part that loves new discoveries and adventure. Ask this younger you to help you dream and become curious and creative. Each day, do something that is fun, joyous, and creative while still taking a courageous step forward. It's time to move towards the types of activities, experiences, and work that makes you thrive. I love that. I think like many people, I have noticed, generational trauma in my own family and how it shows up in my life. So I was really excited to see a deck specifically for that. My goal with this one is to literally go through each card and I don't know if it's just one day journal about it, or maybe I'm spending a whole week on a topic. But I think this will be really awesome. So I'm very, very excited about this one. And there's 36 cards in that. So I could potentially, spend a week per card and get through that in less than a year. So we'll see. We'll see how this develops for me, but very, very excited about that. All right. So the next deck, which is surprising me that I'm interested in. This is the Fairy Tale Oracle. This is by Kate Forsyth and illustrated by Meryl Hunt. I'm not like the biggest fairy tale person. Like, I liked them growing up as a child, but I'm not like a fairy tale person. I feel like some people are fairy tale people. But this feels like fairy tale that, like, maybe it's the artwork. I don't know. The artwork speaks to me, so I'm intrigued to use it. These are the sides. And we have like really nice, you can hear that, linen cardstock. So I believe that we have multiple fairy tales in here. So you can see here for card 1, we know it's Rapunzel. The title is Stolen Herb and keyword desire. So we have a few for Rapunzel, like if you just wanted to work with a Rapunzel energy, let's say. And then we go into Sleeping Beauty. And the artwork is just really beautiful and soft. Then we go into Cinderella. So I think you could work with this from a fairy tale standpoint. You could work with this just with the keywords. And we're going to Beauty and the Beast. Really gorgeous artwork, The Little Mermaid. And these are some of my favorite fairy tales, like through the lens of Disney. So I like that. Little Mermaid, Bluebeard. I'm not familiar with that one, so I will have to check that one out. Hansel and Gretel. Little Red Riding Hood. Wild Swans. I don't know that story or that fairy tale. Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, look at the black cat. And Snow White. Really, really pretty artwork. So let's just pull a random card and I'll read from the guidebook. So we've got Beauty and the Beast, Rose, Love is Worth the Risk. This is so beautiful. I love the colors in that card. So this is what you get per card. So it's really one page here. So it says, love is worth the risk. Dark face, passion has its price. Bright face, risking the pain is worth it for love. So it says here, roses are ancient flowers that predate human history. So it is not surprising they have a rich and complex symbolic history. Roses are the last flowers to bloom in spring and used to bloom just once, which made them representative of the transience of life. In Greek mythology, roses were created from the same sea foam of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and sex, and they were associated with her from the beginning. Originally, they were white, but one day Aphrodite runs to save the life of her beloved Adonis after he had been gored by a boar. She steps on a rose thorn that pierces her heel, and her flowing blood stains the petals red. So now white roses and red roses have very different connotations. White roses are often referred to as Rosa Mystica, which means purity, innocence, virginity, and coming of a new life in spring, while red roses are referred to as Rosa Mundi, which means passion, desire, fertility, pain, and death. Their ephemeral beauty and hidden pain make roses potent symbols of love. When beauty asks for the gift of a rose, she is not just asking for a pretty flower. She wants to know joy and sorrow, life and death, passion and pain. It is only by risking the sharp thorns of the rose that she is able to enjoy its voluptuous beauty. Meaning, drawing rose is a reminder that everything has a cost, but if you do not risk the thorns, you cannot pluck the rose. So I think that's really interesting. Like it talks also about Greek mythology, not just like Beauty and the Beast. So I don't know. The artwork did it for me. I'm going to see how I can incorporate this into my practice. Maybe a little inner child work, since that kind of, fairy tales is something that you read as a child. At least that's when I was introduced to them. So I'm really intrigued to see how this one might work out for me. Let me know your thoughts on that one down below. Okay, the next deck that I'm pretty excited to get into is the Tarot Disassembled. This is by Jennifer Cooper Steedley, I think it's pronounced. And this is super interesting because each of the cards is literally like all the symbols literally disassembled. And I believe this used to be an indie deck that was picked up mass market. So is this now Wiser Books? Yeah, Wiser Books. So these are the backs, which are reversible. We've got a matte bright yellow, which is pretty fun. And as you can see here, we've got a lot of really vibrant colors, and each of the cards breaks down that card image into its like basic symbols. So if you're into symbology, even if you're just learning the tarot for the first time, I think this could be super interesting. I also think this would be really interesting if you've read tarot for a long time and you want to dive deeper into symbology. But so you can see here, if you're a tarot pro or if you're a seasoned reader, you can probably notice a lot of the quintessential symbols. And then we can go into the minors and it's all the same. Some of these are sticking. I have to unstick some of these cards. So let's pull a random one. We've got the ace, or not ace, the 8 of Cups. And this came with a very large actual book for a guidebook. And I'm really excited to get into this one. All right, so 8 of Cups. This is how much we have. So pretty substantial. I'm not going to read everything here because that's quite a lot of information. But maybe I'll read a few symbols. So let's see here. The cloak right here symbolizes mystery, the emotions we wear, the spiritual realm, protection, and journey. The wearer of the cloak in the 8 of Cups is moving on to where you may be a mystery. Oh, to where may be a mystery, but the vibrant red of the cloak suggests they are taking passion, determination, and vitality with them on the journey, a guaranteed recipe for success. The eclipse right here stands for dramatic change, transformation, emergence, illumination, truth, karma, destiny, revelations. Eclipses are believed to usher in big-time change. The presence of the eclipse on this card suggests that whatever you are letting go of or moving on from is absolutely vital for your growth. Eclipses are also associated with revealing something previously hidden. So if unexpected secrets emerge, know that it is your best interest that they come to light. So again, breaks it down by various symbols. And then it also gives you like a quick take if you're just trying to do a quick reading. It says a dramatic change is taking place, leaving an unfulfilling situation, ending an unhappy relationship, leaving an unfulfilling job, knowing when to walk away, leaving behind what no longer serves you, and travel. So I think like I'm super excited about this book, and I want to use this deck for more of like deepening my tarot practice and study, essentially. So I just think this is such a cool and like unique idea for a deck, and this book looks really comprehensive. I'll just kind of flip through here. Yeah, I'm really excited this one exists. And we've got some like, or one spread. Note about reversals. Yeah, I'm excited. So that is the Tarot Disassembled. Okay. Lastly, we have Tarot Emblemata. This is Decoding Magical Symbolism. Ooh, I just bumped my camera. This is by Natasha Rowland. She is the creator of, I have her one deck. It's with the artwork of Odilon Ray Dawn. What is the name of that off the top of my head? Let me think for a second. Take a sip of my drink since I've been talking a lot. Tarot Chimera, that's what it's called. And I love that deck. I use it a lot. So I'm excited to check out this deck by her. So let's see here. So already I can see we've got like, is that like a linen coating finish? These are the backs, which are really pretty. We've got almost like a champagne gilding. And we'll take a look at some of the cards. So we have like our tarot emblems. We've got the titles and the numbers. We've got, I'm guessing maybe that's like Latin. And then an English version, Fortune Favors the Bold. So this is just a really cool vibe. She obtaineth whatever she desireth. It's got that like old world feel to it. So we can see some of the majors. I like this moon card. And let's go into the minors. So let's do a random reading. Let's do the Nine of Cups. And so she drank her fill. So this is the book that comes with it. Again, pretty big here. So let's see where we have the Nine of Cups. Where are we? Nine of Cups. So this is how much we have per card. I won't read everything because it's quite a bit. It says here, you've moved past the Eight of Cups energy and are able to experience emotional stability and an inspired level of joy and contentment. Every person has a metaphorical urn of possibility they can partake of. The goal of this is to give it energy, add to it, and give our intentions everything we've got. Our full attention and anything we can creatively find that is useful to aid our needs. As defined in the classic tale of the crow who smartly drops stones into the earthen jar to raise the level of water until it rises within its reach of its beak. The Renaissance emblem and motto read, "She filled very craftily the vessel with little stones, and so she drank her fill." In the Nine of Cups energy, you thought and acted creatively and can now spend time enjoying some rewards. Drinking your fill is indicated. The Nine of Cups persona is well supped and refreshed, having feasted to his or her heart's content. A delightful omen giving you the go-ahead to indulge in life's great pleasures. You are, or will be soon, experiencing a glow-up in appearance, and there is satisfaction with the way your life has turned out. You are experiencing a blissful and abundant life. Just beware of pecking too often with a greedy beak. Guard against overindulgence while you are enjoying your life achievements so that addictions or bad habits do not form. There is a danger of being filled to the brim with excessive pride and self-confidence, so bring temperance and balance into a situation if needed. And there's quite a bit more, but I just wanted to give a little sample. So we'll see. I want to find a deck to pair this with. Something that feels kind of like older, if you know what I mean, like a deck that feels more historic. I'm trying to think. I have to think if I have any tarot or oracle that could pair nicely with that. So we'll see. I will let you know how this one works out. So that's Tarot Emblemata. Oh, and I have one more tiny little deck. This is just like something small. This is one of those like mini decks by, this is by Red Wheel. Oh, Red Wheel Wiser. So this is a little mushroom deck, Daily Doses of Wisdom. So this is a very simple kind of like affirmation deck. So we just have simple, really pretty mushroom images on the front. And then on the backs, we just have little sayings. I cannot fight gravity, but I can learn how to fall. Forever is composed of all my nows. What am I doing for others today? I will never ask you about your backup plan. That's an interesting one. I am enough. Everyone has the right to their own personality. That's true. I will strive for progress, not perfection. I love that one. My life unfolds in proportion to my courage. There's just a whole bunch of little messages. I'll see what to do with this. Like I might keep this on my work desk, or I don't know, maybe I'll slip these in like people's cards and gifts and things. But it's just like a sweet, very simple, minimalistic deck. It says it's 36 cards, reveals practical, everyday advice from our most ancient earth ancestors, which would be the mushrooms. So yeah, guys, this has been a much overdue video. So let me just kind of put some of these decks into view here. So I went through quite a few decks that are new to me that I'm going to check out, and let me know what you think of some of these. If you're interested, if you already have some of them or not your vibe. But yeah, I'm happy that I was able to finally share quite a few decks that are new to me. I might make a part 2 of this because I have like another handful more of decks that I want to share, but I didn't want to make this video like crazy super long. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of this. Give it a like if you're new here, and if you're new here as well, like if you want to subscribe, that would be great too. I'd love to have you. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.